Are you ready for doomsday? Have you made the necessary preparations for that cataclysmic event that could change everything? Do you have your shelter-in-place kit ready? A go bag packed? Do you have a tent, food, and equipment ready? A rapid transition into a new way of living planned? A CBS article from 2022 noted that up to 15 million Americans, or 1 in 10 households, are actively preparing for large-scale catastrophe, so-called survivalists or preppers. My question as a psychologist is simple. Is this kind of preparation selfish? Or is it actually pro-social? And in either case, what does this tell us about ourselves and society? Let's be prepared to keep an open mind. This is ASU. When you think of the kind of people who prep for the apocalypse, you probably think about doomsaying, paranoid, selfish, and fully armed militia dudes, not, well, somebody like me. But I am all about being prepared for the apocalypse. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be selfish. In fact, being ready for disaster is one of the most important things you can do for your community in the face of a catastrophe, even if that catastrophe isn't the end of the world. Think of it this way. When, say, a natural disaster occurs, there's an acute crisis that needs to be managed, including the injuries, damage, and hazards that the disaster wrought. But if households aren't prepared, there's also a humanitarian crisis in the wake of any disaster. We saw this when COVID hit. People weren't properly prepared, and many struggled to meet their needs at that moment, leading to shortages and strained supply chains. If households are prepared for crises, we can avoid shortages of essential supplies because households will already have basic supplies as part of their emergency supply kits. This means that by preparing for emergencies, you can help the community that you are embedded in actually be more resilient in the face of shocks. Being ready for the apocalypse isn't selfish. It's actually responsible and pro-social. When households are prepared, this allows for some slack in the emergency response system, letting the organized response, whether that's governmental or charities, focus on the acute crisis itself. So what can you do to be more prepared for the apocalypse? Or for more run-of-the-mill catastrophes? For one, you can make sure to have your shelter-in-place kit ready, with all you need to survive at home for 72 hours without power or water. Some essentials include enough water, about 1 liter per day per person, non-perishable food, enough for you and your family members, and don't forget your pets, any essential medicines, first aid kit, flashlight, hand crank radio. For many disasters, sheltering in place will be your best option. But in case you have to leave your home, having a ready-go bag or bug-out bag is essential. You can find more tips about emergency prep on ready.gov. And if you want to take it to the next level, you can start building your pantry so you have enough food that you actually like to eat to last for a few weeks or months. Having a deep pantry can also make your day-to-day life easier. I can't tell you how many times my deep pantry has come in handy for those apocalyptic Tuesdays when there's nothing in the fridge. Not only is it pro-social to prepare for the apocalypse, because your preparation makes your community more resilient, but you can also help your community be even more resilient by supporting those households who might not have enough resources to prepare. If we all support each other in being prepared and support policies that help households in need be prepared, we will ultimately be more resilient as individuals and as a society in the face of apocalypses, both large and small. So push that "the world is ending" prepper stereotype out of your mind. Make that list, plan, and prepare. Dry and canned food stored, batteries charged, go bag packed, Being ready isn't about selfishly hoarding resources. Planning ahead is also some of the best help you can offer your community should disaster strike. And by understanding how to deal with apocalyptic adversity, we can understand how we deal with day-to-day challenges in a proactive, pro-social way. So, are you ready? This was ASU. Thanks for watching.